Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Absolutely. Always ready to explore new ideas.
Well, today we're diving into, it's a motivational speech.
Okay.
It's all about achieving prosperity and,
Prosperity?
yeah, the speaker, he uses this interesting analogy.
Okay.
He compares the journey to prosperity to running a marathon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's even run the Disney marathon. I mean,
Way impressive.
yeah, so he's really drawing on that personal experience.
That's great, drawing on that experience to kind of motivate people.
Yeah, and what I found so interesting were there are these 12 forces.
12 forces?
Yeah, that he claims are really holding people back
Interesting.
from achieving this prosperity.
Okay, so almost like roadblocks.
Exactly. Roadblocks to prosperity. So I thought we could dive in, see what those are, and
Yeah.
maybe offer some of our own insights.
Sounds fascinating.
All right. So he starts with these systemic barriers, and he really argues that systems,
Mm-hmm.
particularly formal education,
Right.
are often designed in a way that actually hinders
Yeah.
financial success.
Makes sense. So it's not necessarily a level playing field.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, if you kind of zoom out,
Yeah.
look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Things like wealth inequality and unequal access to resources, like that can really limit
Yeah.
economic mobility for so many people.
One example that comes to mind is, education. Research shows that children from low-income families often attend underfunded schools, and that lack of resources really has a huge impact on their earning potential down the road.
It's almost like,
Yeah.
how much are our chances of success really
Yeah.
predetermined by the systems we're born into? So it's a big question.
It is a big question, and it's something that sociologists and economists have been really grappling with for decades.
Right.
But it's clear that societal structures they do play a role.
Absolutely. So then he moves on to this idea of being programmed for mediocrity.
Okay.
And he calls the people who instill these beliefs programmers. Yeah, so these should be parents, teachers,
anyone who really
influences those early years.
Yeah, those formative years.
Here's a crazy stat.
Okay.
He found that 98%
Wow.
of the people he polled actually want to exceed their parents' level of success.
So there's this desire to break free, to kind of push beyond those limitations. That's really telling.
It is, and it shows that, like, innately, I think we do have this drive to break free, to strive for something more.
Absolutely.
But you're right; those early experiences can be so powerful.
They really shape how we see the world and what we believe is possible.
And he shares a story about his own upbringing.
Oh, wow.
And how he had to kind of overcome those limiting beliefs to achieve financial success himself.
I mean, that's a great example of how our mindset can really either limit us or propel us forward.
Absolutely.
And it really underscores the point that we're not just products of our circumstances, but we have this power to change our beliefs and really shape our outcomes.
So it's almost like reprogramming, like he had to
absolutely
reprogram his own thinking.
Yeah.
Now here's where things get a little a little more thought-provoking, maybe.
Okay.
For some people, he talks about the devil's influence as a force working against prosperity. So he's suggesting that there's this force out there that's using fear and doubt and negativity to hold people back.
Now, I understand that this might be a little controversial for some, but it is important to remember that this is his perspective.
Absolutely.
Right. And even if we kind of set aside the theological framework, we can still glean some valuable insights because negative self-talk and those limiting beliefs, regardless of where they come from, can be so self-sabotaging.
Absolutely.
And they create these roadblocks in our minds that prevent us from taking action and really achieving what we want to achieve.
And he even says that our friends, even well-intentioned friends, can become obstacles.
Oh, wow.
If they're not also on this path.
Right, on this path
of growth. Yeah.
Growth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he tells this story about how he chose to run alone during training.
Right.
To avoid some of that negative energy of some of his friends. And I don't think he's saying to cut off all your friends.
Okay, right, yeah.
But it does kind of highlight the...
It highlights the importance of your circle.
Exactly.
Right. The people you surround yourself with.
The people who are supporting you.
Yeah, and are also,
right,
striving for something.
Exactly, yeah.
For growth.
It makes a difference.
It does.
And then he goes on to talk about debilitating beliefs.
Debilitating.
Yeah, and these he defines them as learned experiences.
Okay.
Ingrained patterns that shape how we see reality.
Right, okay.
And here's the kicker. He claims that both positive and negative beliefs
interesting.
Are equally useless.
Okay, so it's not just about positive thinking.
It's not. It's about action.
Action, okay.
He says action is the only thing that really matters.
That makes sense.
Because beliefs, whether they're positive or negative, are really just mental constructs.
Right. They're just, they're in our heads.
Exactly. And so, it's what you do with those beliefs that really determines your outcome.
Absolutely. So it's not enough to just think positive thoughts.
Right.
You gotta take action.
You gotta take action, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Exactly. And this ties into the research on cognitive biases too.
Yeah.
Which shows us that our beliefs can actually filter the information that we perceive. Mm-hmm. We tend to see what we expect to see, confirming those existing beliefs.
Right, whether they're accurate or not.
Exactly. So it's so important to be aware of our biases and really challenge our own assumptions.
Absolutely. Then he talks about these mental roadblocks. And these he defines them as deeply ingrained fears.
Okay.
That prevent us from taking action.
Right. So it's that fear.
It's that fear. And he's pretty open about his own struggles with mental roadblocks.
Right.
And how he had to kind of work through them.
That's important because he's not just saying, get over your feels.
Right.
He's acknowledging that these roadblocks, they often stem from past trauma or negative experiences.
Right.
And there are ways to address that.
Right.
Therapeutic approaches like cognitive behavioral therapy or mindfulness would be really helpful for kind of getting to the root.
Right. Getting to those root causes.
Those roadblocks.
Yeah.
And figuring out how to work through them.
And finally, he emphasizes the importance of identity. And understanding your own unique purpose and potential.
Okay.
And this aligns with a lot of psychological research on identity formation. And it shows that having this strong sense of self is really crucial for building self-esteem.
It is.
And resilience.
Which are, key qualities for pushing through those forces that are trying to hold us back.
Exactly. So he's really saying that self-discovery and personal growth are really vital components
Absolutely.
Of this journey to prosperity.
Yeah, it's not just about the money.
It's not just about money. It's about mindset. It's about personal development.
Personal development.
It's about understanding the forces that shape our lives.
It's multifaceted.
It is. It's multifaceted.
Yeah.
It's so much more
inner work as much as outer work
than just finances.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've covered some pretty big concepts so far.
We have
systemic barriers, being programmed for mediocrity, the impact of negative self-talk, and the importance of that supportive network and a strong sense of self. So what else does he say is kind of holding us back?
Well, he actually gives this really concrete example of programmers in action. He talks about his own father, who was a hardworking blue-collar worker, and really instilled in him this deep fear of financial risk.
Interesting.
And while his father's intentions were good, wanting to protect him from hardship, those messages unintentionally made him hesitant to pursue his own entrepreneurial dreams.
It's amazing how those early messages, even when they're coming from a loving place, can really shape those beliefs about what's possible for us.
It really is, and he emphasizes that recognizing these ingrained patterns is that first step to breaking free from them. Yeah. It's almost like identifying a glitch in the code that's running your life.
Right, yeah.
Once you see it, you can start to rewrite it.
Yeah, and then he moves on to a force that I think a lot of people can relate to, which is fear of failure.
Fear of failure.
He describes it as this mental prison that we create for ourselves.
Right. Exactly.
And what I found fascinating was how he links fear of failure to inaction.
Right.
You know, he argues that by being so afraid of failing, we actually increase our chances of failing.
It's self-sabotage.
Because we never take the necessary steps.
Exactly,
to succeed, so it becomes like this self-fulfilling prophecy.
Self-fulfilling prophecy,
So it's not just about overcoming the fear.
Right,
It's about understanding how that fear can actually sabotage our effort.
Sabotage,
And he offers some pretty practical advice for dealing with it, like starting small.
Okay.
Taking calculated risks.
Okay.
And really reframing failure as this learning opportunity.
Reframing,
which is so important.
It is. He even encourages people to embrace failure.
Yeah, he does.
He argues that if you're not failing, you're not pushing yourself hard enough.
Right.
Which aligns with that growth mindset.
That growth mindset.
That idea that we should view challenges and setbacks as opportunities.
And as opportunities to learn.
To learn and grow.
Absolutely. And then he also talks about comparison and how that can be a major obstacle on this path to prosperity.
Right, because it's so easy.
It is, and especially today.
Yeah,
with social media, I mean, it's
everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's hard to escape.
Everyone's curating these perfect lives, and
it can be so easy to get
caught up in that.
To feel like you're not good enough, you're not doing enough. So
yeah.
But he does make this important distinction.
Okay.
He's not saying that all comparison is bad.
Right.
He acknowledges that some forms of comparison can be motivating.
Right, like, looking up to someone who's achieved.
Right, role models or
something you aspire to.
Yeah.
Right.
But he warns against the kind of comparison that leads to inadequacy and self-doubt.
Right, that constant measuring yourself against others.
Yes, it can be so draining.
It can be so draining.
It takes your focus away.
It takes your energy, your focus.
Yeah, so he suggests...
limiting your exposure to social media.
Right.
If you find yourself falling into that trap.
You're falling into that trap.
Yeah, it's about focusing on your own journey.
Right.
Celebrating your own successes.
Your own path.
And recognizing that everyone's on their own unique path.
Exactly. And this brings us back to the importance having that clear sense of identity and purpose.
Yes.
When you know who you are and what you want to achieve, you're less likely to be swayed by all that external noise.
By the external noise, exactly.
And distraction.
Yeah, you can focus on running your own race.
Running your own race, yeah.
Yeah, and he's very clear that taking action is essential.
Yeah.
And he has this quote that I love.
Okay.
He says, "Knowledge without action is meaningless."
I love.
And he really believes that action is the antidote to fear, to doubt, to procrastination.
It gets you out of your head.
Exactly. He has this great analogy where he compares action to a muscle that needs to be exercised regularly.
Right. The more you use it.
And the more you take action, the stronger that muscle becomes.
Absolutely.
So he encourages people to start small.
Right.
To take those first steps.
Yeah.
Even if they seem insignificant.
Those small steps.
It all adds up.
Yeah.
And he reminds us that, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
One step at a time.
Yeah. And that taking action, even imperfect action,
absolutely,
is far more effective than waiting for the perfect conditions.
For the perfect moment,
But the perfect plan.
That perfect plan,
So then he dives into this idea of surrounding yourself with the right people.
Right.
Your inner circle.
Yeah.
And he tells this story about how he had to kind of distance himself.
Oh, wow.
From some childhood friends.
Okay.
Who just weren't supportive of his ambitions.
Right.
And he realized that
their energy,
their negativity
was holding him back.
And their lack of belief in his vision.
Yeah, that's powerful.
And it's not that you have to cut off everyone who's not
on the same page.
On the same path, but it highlights.
It does. It highlights that
the power,
the importance of that circle
of who you surround yourself with.
The people who believe in you.
People who believe in you, who challenge you to grow.
Yeah, who want to see you succeed.
And who celebrate your successes with you.
Celebrate.
It makes such a difference.
It really does.
And then he emphasizes that this also applies to the information that you consume.
The information, right.
The books you read, the podcasts you listen to, the social media you engage with.
So it's not just people.
It's not just people. It's everything.
It's everything.
And he says garbage in, garbage out.
Garbage in, garbage out.
And it really does make you think.
It makes you think
about what kind of information.
Yeah. What are you?
Am I feeding
your mind?
My mind. Yeah. Am I surrounding myself with negativity and doubt, or am I choosing to focus on that positivity and inspiration?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then he talks about mental toughness.
Mental toughness. Okay.
And this is the ability to persevere,
to push
through challenges, through setbacks.
Yeah.
Without giving up.
Without giving up. Yeah.
And he argues that mental toughness is like
a muscle.
A muscle. Yeah. That can be strengthened through training and practice.
Through training and practice, right?
Just like
it's like action.
Just like action. Yeah.
Right.
And of course, he relates it back to his experience as a runner.
As a marathon runner.
Yeah.
He talks about developing these mantras.
Okay.
And visualization techniques.
Right.
To help him kind of
to push
through those moments of pain.
Right. Those tough moments.
Yeah.
When you want to give up.
Yeah. And exhaustion during a race.
Yep.
And he encourages people to develop their own mental toughness.
Right. Strategies.
Yeah. For
dealing with the challenges.
Yeah. For life.
That life throws our way.
For dealing with those inevitable challenges that we all face. Absolutely. And he ties this into the concept of grit.
Grit, yeah.
Which is that
unwavering determination.
Yeah, that unwavering determination.
To achieve your goals. No matter what obstacles you encounter.
Yeah.
And he really believes that grit is one of the most important qualities.
Yeah. For success.
For achieving success in any
area of life.
Yeah,
and he points out that grit is not something you're born with.
Right.
It's something you develop.
You cultivate,
yeah.
Through
hard work, dedication.
And
a willingness to
embrace
challenges.
Embrace those challenges. Yeah, and then he kind of shifts gears a little bit.
Okay.
And he talks about the importance of having a clear vision for your life.
Right.
And he believes that without a vision, you're essentially...
You're kind of wandering aimlessly,
yeah.
Right, reacting to circumstances. Rather than shaping your own destiny.
Proactively.
Yeah.
Shaping your own destiny.
Yeah, he uses this great analogy. He says, if you don't know where you're going,
right,
any road will take you there.
I love that.
It's so true.
It is so true.
Yeah.
And it really makes you think about,
he does.
The importance of setting
those goals.
Those clear goals.
Yeah.
And having that roadmap.
Yeah, having that roadmap for your life.
Yeah.
And he emphasizes taking the time to find your goals, to articulate your values.
Certainly
understand what's important to you and to create that plan. For achieving those aspirations.
And he stresses that
this vision should be something that really inspires you.
That lights you up.
Yeah, lights you up, motivates you to...
That gets you out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, to get out of bed and take action.
Exactly. Yeah, it sounds like he's really encouraging this growth mindset.
Absolutely. Yeah, that we all have room for improvement, that the pursuit of knowledge,
right, it's
an ongoing process.
And then he really emphasizes the importance of gratitude,
yeah.
Which I think
it's so important.
Sometimes we get lost in the hustle of achieving all these goals. So he believes that taking time to appreciate what we already have is really key.
It is.
To maintaining that positive mindset.
It shifts your perspective.
Yeah, and attracting even more abundance.
More abundance,
into our lives.
Yeah, and he suggests some practical ways.
He does.
To cultivate gratitude.
Yeah, like keeping a gratitude journal.
A gratitude journal, yeah.
Practicing those daily affirmations.
Affirmations, yeah.
Or even just...
Or just expressing
appreciation.
To the people you care about.
To those around you. Do any of those resonate with you?
Oh, absolutely. I think all of those are really powerful practices.
Yeah, and what I find interesting is how he links gratitude to generosity.
To generosity.
You know, he argues that generosity is this form of abundance.
It is a form of abundance. You know, the
more you give.
The more you give.
The more you receive.
The more you receive. And it's not.
Right. And it's not just
about money.
Money. It could be your time.
Your time, your energy.
Your expertise.
Your expertise, your knowledge.
Or even just...
Or even just a kind word.
A kind word, yeah. Just being kind to those around you. And then he makes this powerful point about forgiveness.
Forgiveness, yeah.
And he acknowledges how hard it can be.
It can be so hard
to let go of anger and resentment.
Yeah, especially when you've been hurt.
Yeah. But he argues that holding on to those negative emotions ultimately hurts us more than anyone else.
It's like carrying around this heavy weight.
Right. Yeah. It's that.
Yeah, weighs you down.
It's that baggage. that we carry around.
Prevents you from moving forward.
Prevents you from moving forward. Yeah.
And he encourages people to practice forgiveness. Both for themselves and for others.
Yeah, as a way to
free themselves.
To free themselves from that burden.
From that burden, yeah.
And then he talks about the importance of having faith. And he's not necessarily talking about religious faith.
Right.
It's more about believing in something greater.
Yeah, it's bigger
than yourself.
In yourself, yeah.
Trusting that things will work out.
Trusting the process,
yeah.
Even when you can't
see the path ahead.
Yeah.
And he acknowledges that life
can be
challenging.
Yeah.
And there will be times. When we face
uncertainty and doubt.
Uncertainty, yeah, and those moments of doubt.
Right.
But he encourages people to have faith.
Yeah, to have faith
in their dreams.
In their vision.
To believe in their ability.
In their abilities, and to trust that.
And to trust
that they are being guided and
supported.
Yeah, even when things seem difficult.
Yeah. And this really ties into the concept of resilience.
Yeah.
That we were discussing earlier.
What are you talking about?
It's about having that inner strength.
Yeah, that inner strength.
To keep going.
Yeah.
Even when
you face
setbacks and challenges.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like he's saying, even after addressing all of these 12 forces, there's
a 13th
one that can be even
more insidious.
Yeah. Which is
fear of commitment.
The fear of commitment. Yeah. And he sees this manifest as hesitation,
procrastination, and making excuses.
Yeah,
for not taking action.
And it's that voice.
It's a voice in your head.
In our heads that says, what if?
What if it doesn't work out?
It doesn't work out.
Maybe I'm not. Good
enough. Yeah. And this fear can be...
It can be paralyzing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It prevents us from taking...
The very actions.
That could lead to those breakthroughs.
Yeah.
So he's really challenging us.
Yeah.
To confront this fear.
You confront the fear.
To step outside of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
And to fully commit. To our goal.
Our goals. Yeah.
So he leaves us with this thought-provoking idea.
Yeah.
That prosperity in its truest sense is a natural state.
It's a natural state.
It's not something that's
it's not reserved
for a select few.
For a select few, it's a
possibility.
It's a possibility for everyone.
For everyone
who's willing to do the work.
Who's willing to do the work. And it's really a call to action.
It is. It's a call to action.
To become active participants.
Active participants, yeah.
In shaping our own...
Or shaping our destinies.
Destinies, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that we
have the power.
We have the power
to choose.
To choose our thoughts, our beliefs, our actions.
And those choices. Ultimately determine...
the course of our lives.
The course of our lives. Wow.
Yeah.
This deep dive has been packed with insights.
Packed with insight.
What resonated most with you?
Oh, so many things, I think. The idea of mental toughness and grit really stood out.
Yeah.
And also this idea of the fear of commitment.
Yeah.
Being that 13th force.
The 13th force, yeah.
That can really hold us back.
So what's one small step that you can take today? To maybe overcome one of these forces. Yeah. To start moving forward.
And move closer to your own vision of prosperity.
It could be reaching out to a potential mentor. It could be taking action. On that project you've been putting off.
Yeah.
Or it could be simply choosing to replace negative self-talk with more empowering beliefs.
Yeah.
The key is to start. To take that first step.
And to keep moving forward.
It's about remembering that you have the power. To create the life you desire.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep diving deep. And keep striving.
For
the extraordinary.